Good morning. Welcome. It's Topic Tuesday, and I'm so glad you're here. This is the Success Secrets for Business, Family, and Life channel, and you are on the Coffee Break Show. I'm Vickie Helm, and it is brought to you by the Metadigm Digital Network, where live shows happen all the time. You can see many more shows on this particular network as we go live today. And I just want to tell you, if you're new to the Coffee Break Show, look, we go live every day. We go live Monday through Friday, and we talk about tips, tools, techniques, and those things that are going to help you have inspiration, motivation, and provide you with thrivability. Today, we're going to be talking about the post-pandemic economy, because we're going to be living in that for the next decade. And I want to tell you the top 3 things you want to look for right now so that you can have a little more thrivability in your future. My name is Vickie Helm, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. That was for my editors. Let's go. Good morning. I see you guys popping on. If you're new here, put your name down below. I want to meet you. I want to have a conversation with you. And if you're here every day and you are with us on these shows every day, watching, I just want to say good morning. Want to say good morning to Karen. Want to say good morning to Robin. I know you guys are on right now, and I'm looking forward to having other people on. I'm really excited today. I'm really excited. 2 things. I get to go help one of my best friends in the whole world go pick up his new car, and I'm really excited about that part. And I also get to talk about something that I think is really, really important, and that is our post-pandemic economy. Because a lot of people, they are thinking that things are going to go back to normal, whatever that is. And that means, when I think is, it's something reliable in your mind when you say normal. When it goes back to normal, it has to be stable, familiar, and help you live that life you want to live or keep upwards. That's what normal is. It looks familiar to you, and so you're not afraid. But I don't think this is going to happen in the future. I want to know who this Facebook user is that just said good morning. I just want to say good morning to you. Not sure who you are, but if you look up here, you're going to see something that says StreamYard. And if you poke that StreamYard button and push the blue button that comes up, it'll allow me to see your name and face. It must be Tina, though, and I'm thinking Tina Friel. And if that's you, hey, girlfriend, nice to see you on. So today, it's going to be really important to take a couple of notes right now, because we're going to talk about something that is uber urgent, and that is how our future is going to shift. And it's going to shift over the next decade, and then the next decade after that. But it is not going to go back to the way it was. Whatever the way it was, innovations are going to be happening. Now, the number one thing that we're going to have to restructure is how we waste food. And we have to go from wasting food to not wasting food. Right now, there is a lack of sustainability in our food system. There is supply chain disruptions. There is all kinds of prices are going to go up. But with the floods that just happened in China, that moved land masses everywhere, with the floods that are happening there, we can't afford to waste food. And I want to let you know that China has already begun building what they call their famine plan, because they know there's going to be a famine. Now, China's not the only place that got flooded. India's flooded. There's tons of flooding, so much flooding from the Yangtze River and the Huai River, that now we have really intense food shortages. Just last week in Iowa, they had hurricane winds that wiped out all the food sources and all the crops. So not only are we going to see high food prices, but now in China, if there's 2 people that go to a restaurant, they only allow you to order 1 plate. 1 plate. So if there's, let's say, 4 people that go to a restaurant, they only allow you to order 3 plates. And they expect you to share the food because they don't want to waste the food. And what we do is we shop with our eyeballs. We don't shop with our brain or our necessities. We start shopping with our eyeballs, and we go in. And if we shop when we're hungry, the cart is even twice as full. Then we pull it in there, and we get a sense of security when we see our shelves full. Well, I have food. I have tons of food in there. And then we close the refrigerator, and half the time we don't even eat the food, or we let it rot in there, or it gets thrown away, and there's no sustainability with that food. We just put it in the garbage can and let the garbage man take it to this dump where it's kind of stored in this plastic bag until, hell freezes over. And suddenly we wonder where our money is going when we're wasting food. So, hey, Susie, nice to see you on. Listen, post-pandemic does not mean returning to what we knew before. That's not going to happen. So food sources are going to be the number one thing that we look for. Hello, Vickie. We'll catch replay later as I can't stay long, but just wanted to say hello. Nice to see you, Anna. That's really thoughtful of you to do. I'm so glad you did that today. So here, number one thing we got to do is stop wasting food. On last evening's Another Perspective, Scott Stevens mentioned the Clean Plate Initiative. Excellent plan. We have to look at that Clean Plate Initiative right now. We cannot afford to waste food. And I really want to echo, if you've not seen last night's Another Perspective, remember I told you this is the Metadigm Digital Network. We make shows that matter. We make shows that have impact. One of the best shows you can hook into, other than the Coffee Break Show, is Another Perspective with Scott Stevens, because there is so much research, so much that you will understand about the functions of the food systems and everything else that he talks about. It's so interesting. And I think if you want to find out or plan what's going to happen in the future, one of the best shows you can you can watch. Yeah, stop wasting food. We cannot afford to do this anymore. That's going to be probably the number one thing after that. And I made myself some notes. The second thing that we have to stop wasting, the next thing that we have to stop wasting in a post-pandemic world are ideas. Ideas. The future belongs to those who can master their mother of invention. That the time is now. When we hit necessity as the mother of invention, we are in necessity right now. And ideas come through people and they blow them off. They can have everyone on the planet, doesn't matter who you are. Every single one of us has at least $1 million idea in them, maybe more than a multi-million-dollar idea in them. Ideas for the future are here now. And it's those people who believe in themselves who actually take a step forward and say, you know what, I am going to go ahead and look at the future and see what I can do about this idea. Ideas are going to be important because we are going to have to maneuver around things that are starting to show up. I want to give you an example of that. I got a friend of mine who's actually on the show today, whose refrigerator went out. So she had to go buy a new refrigerator. So she started calling everywhere and there are no refrigerators. I have another friend who was looking for a freezer. There are no freezers anywhere. For refrigerators, freezers. I have another friend in Australia. There are no washers and dryers, no washer and dryers to be found anywhere. Those things that used to get made in Japan, the durable goods, everything is shrinking, it's shrinking, it's shrinking, it's shrinking. Now we have to have the mother of ideas, the mother of invention come up, and ideas are not to be wasted right now. We want to monitor them. We want to evaluate them. We want to exploit them. We want to take them to the next level. Ideas cannot be wasted. Food cannot be wasted. Ideas cannot be wasted. And when you get to the point where you have an idea, how do you evaluate it for its validity? Well, you want to bring it to a group of people that's not your friends. Your friends are going to be nice and tell you that all your ideas are great when they're not. And you have to bring it to somebody and say, look, how can I get it to the point where we are looking at the idea and figuring out how to implement it? And you're going to have to bootstrap it, because it's not, I have a great idea, I need $1 million. That's not going to happen. Ideas are going to be brought to life by people who believe in themselves enough to bootstrap it all the way to this new thing. So these ideas, it's going to be a little tougher to work, but we want to get those ideas out right now. Those are the things that we do not want to waste. And when we do sit with an idea, we sit with a problem. We sit with a problem now. So what is it now? Okay, we're seeing that durable goods are shrinking. Durable goods are shrinking. Is there a way to create durable goods using 3D printing? Is there a way to bring home manufacturing? How can we do this? Even if it lands in your lap, if an idea lands in your lap and you're like, well, I'm not good enough to do that, or, oh, it's too big, or I don't know how, or whatever it is, if it landed in your brain, if it landed in your heart, it was given to you. Accept that. Accept that the idea has been given to you. And your job is whether you're going to step up and do it. Now, remember, here's how it's really important. Money loves speed. It does not love relax. It doesn't love time. And an idea will go to 12 people. Now, the universe is like, one of them will take this idea, and they throw the idea to 12 people. He who acts on the idea first will inherit help from the universe. It is a time where ideas are absolutely paramount. And those people that act on their ideas right now are the people who will impact the future the most. So let's see. Like this, North Korea's famine plan has begun. They've begun collecting family pets for food. I'm not kidding. They've begun collecting. This is how bad the famine is going to get. Lock your pets up if you're there. There's no way I'd give my dog up. No way. And here, this makes me want to cry. It is. It does. But that's how, right now we can't imagine being without anything. We're Americans. We're the land of plenty. In fact, we're the land of gluttony. We're the land of over the top. We're the land of rich and luxurious. We can't even imagine having a lot of money, but nothing to spend it on because there is nothing being produced. And the thought of that seems so far-fetched, doesn't it? And it doesn't seem like, well, one day, apples are $1.29 a pound, and the next day they're, $7 a pound. We don't think in those terms. We just always think that somehow the supply chain never breaks and everything is, gluttonous size. It's like, hi, welcome to 7-Eleven. Would you like a bucket of coffee? Yes, please. So anyway, it's like that future. I'm not kidding. Here's the article. Go read it. North Korea's famine plan has begun. They've begun collecting family pets. And that just makes me want to cry. Our food has shrunk to, sizes. It's like plant your garden now. Anna, isn't it unfortunate forces people to do what they should already be doing? Yes. Right now, you have to consider, don't waste food. You have the food and the weather to consider in your future. Yes. Those things are going to play a big, and I think, Scott's going to do, he had a big topic and he had to break it up into a few shows. And I think he's really going to go into why the weather is affecting the food system and what we can do about it. And I think if you can have a garden and a greenhouse, do it. But I want to go back. Food and ideas. Number 1 is food. Number 2 is ideas. Now, don't waste ideas. Don't waste them. Right now, everyone is being called in their way. Everyone is being called. Let's see here. We are still prepping for the event. That's correct. Right now, we are still prepping for that event. The third thing I want to go over is relationships. You cannot waste relationships right now. And I want to be really clear about this. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. Toxic relationships are out. You've got to get them out now. Toxic relationships will become burdensome. They're burdensome already. But if you attract only needy people, I'm needy, you're needy, we're needy, we're needy, we're needy, nothing's getting done. There are points where there are people who are going to be the go-getters, the doers, the shakers, the movers. Those are the people who feel healthy about themselves and say, you know what? We are going to do this. We're going to help our communities or do these things. You want to make sure that the relationships that you have fill you up. They are people that have the same mindset as you. They are people that have the same values as you. And they are willing, they understand the future. If you have somebody on your team who's like, that's never going to happen, that's not, you want to go move them out of your team, get them out of the way, even if they're family members. Like, okay, if you have family members that are like, yes, I'm here, let's make gardens at each other's house so we can help each other, thrive. Those relationships are going to be important. Also, working relationships. If you have a good team right now, you better stay right where you are with them. You better stay and make it work, period, full stop. The next thing is any relationships that you have with doctors and attorneys and plumbers and welders and auto mechanics. These people may lose their job, but they're not going to lose their skill sets. And if they're on your list to call, they can do projects on the side. They don't have to work for that company. But let's say, this guy used to work at the Ford dealership fixing the car, and he has the ability to fix your car. But if the Ford dealership collapsed and he's unemployed, you better dial 1-800 that relationship and say, dude, if you come fix my car, I can give you this much, and here's the parts, and we'll get it all done. We're going to see businesses go belly up, but skill sets are still going to be around. Your barber may not work at the salon you used to go to, but they can come to your house, or you can go to their house. Those relationships you want to keep with you. It's not that we're losing jobs. We're not losing skills. And those skills need to be identified person to person to person right now. So you guys are just, let's see. Susie, that's so true. Most people just assume it is like electricity. You flip a switch and then you get it. And that's not really how things work. That is so true. Anna says lots of opportunities to gain from this pandemic, and searching for ideas. We will come up with new ones and great ones. Yes, times like these restructure the world and make many things fabulous and glorious. Good morning. And after a good night of dreaming, mornings are good for new ideas. That's right. It's wonderful that way. If it lands in your heart, it was given to you. Accept that. If the idea lands in your heart, it was given to you. Most people are like, yeah, I see the idea, but nope, no, it's not me. It's you. If the idea came to you, where do you think it came from? Where does that idea come from? It's a gift to you. You got to act on that. Money loves speed. All right, let's go. That's such a great attitude to have, Anna, and I agree it is. So, hi, Scott. We all need to be prepared in a much bigger way. The event, not a single event. There are many to come. Yes. I love this quote. Thank you very much. Don't waste relationships. This is a big deal. Relationships are going to be very key for the future. And you're going to want to know who's the guy that can fix your device. Because I will tell you this, if you have a device or you want a new device, you may have to wait a little bit. Those floods wiped out all the manufacturing plants in China. So there's going to be your device repair guy. You better know who he is. Those relationships, you want to have them, even if you write them down like they did in the phone book. It's like my friend John Doe. He does computers really well, and Jane Doe does hair really well, and Peter Doe, he was a great plumber. And you have next to them plumber this, that. What's the skill set that they have? Those things can still be used. It'll go back to the individual. And so those things can be treasured. Treasure and nurture positive, uplifting relationships. Yes, there's no time and energy for toxic relationships. If you're in one now, it is not going to get better. It's going to get worse. If you're in a toxic relationship right now, as it hits the fan and it grows bigger and bigger and bigger, that toxicity is going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger with it. Get out now. Find your posse, get your closest buds, the people that you would be in a boat with out on the water and be able to say, okay, I'm going to weather this storm. Everybody take your place. And there's somebody on the sails and somebody steering the boat and somebody looking at the winches and pulling them forward. There's somebody in the galley doing things. That's what you want. You want a crew. You don't want toxic friends. You want a crew with you. You got to have that right now. Okay, so looking, it's just August. And North Korea is rounding up pets. What's going to happen come February? God help them. Yes, that's right. Hey, Sean, how nice to see you, buddy. I have so been enjoying your pictures of everything. I love the video with your daughter as well. Skillshare, king in any economy. Yes, skills are king in any economy. Yes, they are. And we may need your skills, actually, Sean, for a bit. We may be buzzing you to ask a question. It's a CF question, but anyway, this is it. This is the thing. And now, what is your skills? Part of the relationship is you being able to say, I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this. I know what my entire posse can do and what they bring and how smart they are. And if this information comes from this person, it's super, super important. If it comes from this person, I'm going to go check it out. This person is better at, and they know, you got to know what skill sets are there. You become a unit, a community, a small thing. Yes, I like this. Skill sets are the new currency. That's so true. Treasure working relationships. You need to get things done. That is absolutely the truth. And you also need to help each other. It's like, where did you get that? Well, I got this over here. I'm going to go get some. Supply chains are going to be so small. It's like, okay, one of my friends yesterday drove like 2 or 3 hours to pick up a refrigerator from a place. Drove it back home, unboxed it, got it all in place because, they're big, and plugged it in, and it didn't work. They had to box the whole thing back up after they removed it from the place, put it back in the truck, take it all the way back down that 2 or 3 hour drive to find out that was the last refrigerator left. And there wasn't going to be a one for another month or so, maybe 2. We don't know with all the damage that's done around the world in this global economy. So you have to make sure right now that you actually can get things done. You can actually have people that'll help you because, is the refrigerator repair guy? Who's that? Well, if you don't know who that is, you got to find them out right now. Let's see. I like this. Be one of the 12 that grabs that idea. Be one of the 12 people that grabs that idea. This is coming up. It's like you cannot any longer waste your food, waste your ideas, or waste your time in bad relationships, or waste your time not paying attention to good relationships. You want to drop love bank and create relationships right now. You want to do that thing in a hurry. Great to sneak in for a minute. I'd love to catch up. Send me a message. I will, Sean. Thank you for being here, my bro. All right, let's see. Me. I got it now. Let's run. Who's with me? That's right. It's like, who is with you? If they're not with you, that means they don't want to be with you. And here's the thing. You got to become the kind of person people want to work with or be with. Otherwise, you're going to be an island unto yourself, and it is going to be tough. It is going to be hard. If you're a jerk, you're going to be a jerk alone this time. It's not going to happen otherwise. Let's see. Yes, not just your skill sets, the skill sets of everyone in your tribe. You have to know what you're going to offer. When you come to the tribe, you have to know what you're going to offer. And you have to know your tangibles and your intangible skill sets. Like, are you level-headed? That's a great skill set in times of panic. Are you an electrician? Are you a level-headed electrician? That's great. Are you a level-headed electrician that knows how to garden? Great. Are you a electrician who has a level head and knows how to do construction? Do you know how to do computers? Do you know how to do a funnel? Do you know did you take an EMT course? What are your skill sets? You got to know that. And you have to be proud of what you know and ask yourself, I want to work with level-headed people. You don't want to be like, hi, I'm the calm in the storm. And there's 12 people in my group and they're all storm. 11 of them are storm and I'm the calm. That will not work. That will not work. You want people who are going to be calm with you and accurate with you. Let's see. Anna, among the terrible things that this pandemic brought, there are silver linings, the abundance of opportunities. Yes, and lots of them. And more people are willing to take them. Yes, you got to fight for it right now. It's really great. You want a crew and not always fighting the urge to shove one of them overboard. Yes, you want a crew. You want a crew that loves each other and is willing to work together to get through it. Thank you, Scott. That was so important. Human survival tomorrow makes people do things they never think they would do today. Yes. Yes. When you get really hungry and you're desperate, or to me, when your child is hungry, what would you do to feed your hungry child? That's the motivating factor right there. And some people will rob, steal, or hurt to feed their child. Within all of us are ancient genetically coded abilities. We are those, we just have to awaken them. We did not make it this far as a human race without our history. We just have to remember our memories. That's right, those things that our parents taught us. Exactly, we need to be a tribe of multi-talents and abilities. That's what's going to be happening right now. Yes, survival is the whole different game than thrival. And you know, it's interesting, right now when you think of famine, India already knows they're going into famine. China already knows they're going into famine. North Korea already knows they're going into famine. This is a big, big deal right now. And dig deeper to find all your skill sets and encourage others to develop theirs. You want to continue to develop theirs. I want to tell you about my spouse, who I'm very proud of. All the time that I've known Robin, just all the time that I've known Robin, she has consistently learned something new every day and something new every week and something new every month, something new every year. Every single year from the time I have known her, all she has done is continue to learn. And it's just this groove thing with her. She's like, I don't know about that. I want to learn that language. I'll learn to do that. She loves to learn. Loves to learn. And that has made her an extraordinarily valuable team member. But more than that, she's taught all of us to love to learn something new, to love to learn in such a way that we are breathing in new skill sets all the time. And that is something that is so important. It's so cool. And it's so great to have on your team. And so the future is going to be pretty community. You're going to have your community that you live in, but you're going to have a small community. You're tight knit. These are your go-to people, and you take care of each other and you have each other's back, and you share the goods and share the ideas and share the relationships, share among those people. So I want to talk about this. Remember, it was just 120 years ago. Wagons and horses were the means of transportation. My grandfather had a team of 6 horses to plow the fields all by himself, not a tractor. If we pause and ponder this, it was just the other day. That's true. It was not that long ago that these things are here. You're going to have to figure out what you want to live. Are you living in the city? Where's your family? How do you get along? What are you going to do? Don, thank you for that shot of perspective. I really like that. Thank you, Vickie. We are the birds of a feather. We both are lifelong learners. Yes, that is true. So today I want to tell you, the world's going to get shaky. It's not going to look like it did before. It needs new ideas. It needs to not waste any food. And it needs deeper, stronger, community-built relationships. That's what's going to get you there. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to go help one of my buddies go get his new car right now, and I'm really excited about that. I love you all. Tomorrow, we have a guest on the Wednesday welcome. Jody is coming on, and you don't want to miss this. It is going to be such a great show. All right, you guys, peace out. I love you all. Mwah! Bye.